We're on. We're good.
We're live, baby. Welcome to the M&B podcast / stream, because this is a stream tonight. I'm all used to doing the podcast in here now, too.
True. We're on the stream. Yeah, we did. We recorded the stream like this last week.
We recorded the podcast like this last week. It sounded so good.
Riverside sent me like 17 emails because they like stopped responding when I needed help. And so I just left them on red on every. They were so worried that they were going to lose me as a customer. And
I mean, you've been paying for a while.
Where were you when I needed you, though?
Where were you?
I'm only doing anti-ads on our show.
That's it. Fuck you, Riverside. I'll still use you next week, but I'm mad.
Negative Yelp reviews only. All right, so we have a stream to get to. We got some links. We got some stuff.
Dude, we got a lot to get through tonight.
There's a lot to get to tonight. So
dude, I'm powering through feeling like a bag of ass. So let's fucking get to some stuff that'll put a smile on my face. You know?
We have some interesting stuff in the stream and some classic stuff, some interesting topical stuff. So let's not delay anymore and let's get into it, okay?
Right into the meat.
I picked this one. I put this one in first today because I figured you'd appreciate it, to be honest.
Okay. What do we got?
So we have a guy here. Dude, wait till you see these. We had a guy in Madden 20. He won't be buying Madden 26 because he said Madden PS2 is the GOAT. He said
Madden 11, baby.
2.5 years in the making. I have been converting and solving bugs on the good old DB editor. I can load franchise without the need of a franchise save file and a fantasy draft as well. 2026 roster is almost finished. Every single player has been accurately represented and updated to the best of the PS2 era's limitations. Very excited.
Brother, could you imagine how much time it takes? What is that? There's 32 NFL teams, right? And there's fucking 53 people on a team.
Dog spent time
That's
on this.
1,696 people that he made.
He's a dog for this, dude. He fucking went in and he got all that. So wait, the best part about this was the last line. He said, I'll have memory cards next month. Message if anyone's interested. Madden 11 PS2 only. Dog, I'm about to go get a copy. I'm about to go get a copy. Wait till we scroll through some of these, okay?
All right, let's see.
Obviously, Mahomes. Oh, wait. Okay,
we got Lamar.
We're a little cut off here. Hang on. I'll just show you guys in this screen here.
Okay, yeah, we got Lamar and Mahomes.
Obviously,
Burrow.
Lamar. Justin Jefferson, 99 overall. There's Travis Hunter's in there. We got him in there.
That's fucking awesome.
It looks like him, too.
I know. Yeah. Dude, what's crazy is he didn't just like match the attributes. He made these people look like they're supposed to for 1,600
on PS2
people.
Graphics.
Do you know how much time it takes to make a player on a PS2?
I remember I used to spend a lot of time on Tony Hawk's Underground. Never looked right. These guys
looked right. Yeah. This is nuts.
I'm pretty sure they're all using the same engine back then, so it's like similar engines or whatever.
Oh, they only had one engine in PS2 era. Let's be honest. That worked
actually,
on the PS2 stably.
You'd be surprised. You want to know how that worked? It's actually crazy because the gaming was so new and weird back then. It worked in the complete opposite fashion, where every time you made a game, you had to develop an engine.
Oh, that sounds absolutely miserable, actually.
And that's why games are from that era are just so wacky sometimes. You're like, this is like, because everything's proprietary. It's all
based on the engine. Yeah.
It's just the nerds who were in that room made everything in that game, and it's fucking crazy. It was a good era. Anyway, we have Cam Ward. Look at this.
He's already hurt. Son of a bitch. Season hasn't even started. He's already hurt.
God damn, they look good. This is awesome.
Looks good.
Oh, like he's dead in the background.
Travis Hunter. Yeah, that guy died. Okay, that's Cam Ward. He died.
But somebody suggested he should take this all to YouTube because it's very cool. Yeah. I would watch it.
Dude, if he ran a fantasy draft with this and then just you watched his games.
If he just simmed games, I would watch the shit out of him.
Yeah. You see how they played out in the PS2 algorithm?
I just loved the PS2 Maddens. I grew up on those, obviously. It's where I learned football. It's how you played football. I didn't, so it's like I had to fucking learn the rules of the game through Madden. It was insane.
Yeah, I just got yelled at by a 40-year-old construction worker when I didn't do it right at 8 till I cried. It was much better that way, right?
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Vito's out here helping me out sometimes, explaining things. Obviously, I had that come up, but like...
Vito's yelling at you on the sticks. You're not hitting that route right!
Yeah, no, yeah. He watched me tear up the Ravens the other day on his PS5, and it was satisfying. I was like, I finally made it.
This picture is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, no, don't set this as your phone background. You might get put in a federal penitentiary.
Dude, you might get deported to, or you don't even need to be deported now. They'll just send you to, what is it, Alligator Alcatraz?
Why does he look good? Can I ask that?
He
why
looks
does
good
everyone
with that 90s pushback, like that Costanza?
Why does everyone look good with the Mao? Was Mao like very ahead of his time with his fashion delivery? Like, I feel like he crushed.
Obviously he did. The gray on him did wonders.
This sick jumpsuit look, the sick double collar, like everything about the vibe. Anyway, that's fun.
I love that.
JD Vance might be.
He was the deciding factor on the big new bill. I heard they gave him a couple hours of screen time for that.
He might be a fake. He might be a fake conservative. He might be a secret communist.
Hey,
conservatives, keep your eye on this
guy.
What
if he just came out one day, like when China finally takes over, he's the reason he gave him all the intel?
Yeah, when China takes over, it's just gonna be. It's
so JD Vance can be the proxy leader.
It's just gonna be this.
He's gonna come out with it all shaved back, and he's gonna be like, I run this now for China.
For China, for me.
My Indian wife negotiated it. It's very, very good. Strong deal.
Delicious deal. All right. So, very light.
Some UFO stuff going on?
Very light UFO stuff. But this is good. This is just. It's not good. It's not good.
It's good. It's not good. I
like
actually,
how in. Go ahead. Explain.
You literally said it's good, comma, it's not good. You didn't even let a sentence break in between.
It's not good. It's not good. I just get excited, but I've hit a wall on the UFO stuff. I really have because all this explosive stuff a couple years back and nothing ever came of it, right? And I find that extremely frustrating. And it leads me to believe that, I don't think these people who say, oh, this is all just to distract you from what's going on in the news.
No, dude, it's all Iran. Didn't you hear?
Right, of course.
It's just fucking Iran. Dude.
They did blame Iran for the Jersey drones.
Yeah, they did.
Remember, we covered that. Anyway,
yeah, we did, but that's a precursor to. They were just trying to do the prequel for when they bombed. Yeah.
But in between the 2017 New York Times article with Tom DeLonge and To the Stars Academy releasing the Navy videos, which we've covered extensively on the show, people should, if you watch the show, kind of know what I'm talking about. It was essentially the jump that brought UFOs into the mainstream news and made it like. It was like somebody flipped the switch in the media and decided it's time to start using this as a psyop too, and. Yeah. So, and starting giving it like an air of legitimacy where we used to laugh at it, right? Like that was a very deliberate shift in the culture.
It became very much more serious, right? Then we started seeing all these like congressional hearings and other stuff, and it really got opened up to like mainstream media, right?
And one of the guys who's constantly sitting behind everybody at these hearings is the journalist who oftentimes gets leaked stuff from the DoD. Call him Ken Klippenstein of the UFO world, in a way.
Fair.
His name is Jeremy Corbell, and a lot of people, look at Jeremy and think, one way or the other on him. He is a weird guy, but he might just be used, like who gets leaked stuff this much? We say this all the time.
We say that all the time, right? Like, why are these people selectively chosen, and what's the alternative motive? Right? No one's just lovingly sending you all the stuff.
Is it as simple as the CIA going, this guy's a true UFO believer, and we can feed him stuff, and he'll just put it out for us no matter what? Or is it Jeremy is working in conjunction with the intelligence agencies? People don't know, or maybe whatever, or maybe none of that's happening.
The air of is it legitimate or not is only good for the government as well, right? Like it always adds that part of like, well, you never know.
But in like 2018, 2019, a year or two after the DeLonge thing came out and people were really talking about this, Jeremy started getting a lot more leaks. Now, I can argue that would happen just because now it's in the news and people know Jeremy's reputable and they feel like they could trust him with it. That's an argument I think could be made. But there's, I'm neither here nor there on Jeremy's reporting. Sometimes I think it's real. Sometimes I think he's being fucking around with
Which is exactly what they want,
right, Right. Yeah. But there was footage in Mosul, Iraq, during our many deployments in Iraq. And there was reports that we would see these, flying orbs out there, like pretty often. And Jeremy was told that, this happened and we catch it on video and was sent a video of it. or was sent a still of it, I believe. I think he was sent like a still from the video, but was told there's a longer video, right? And he put out the still saying like, this is all I've got. I'm told there's a longer video somewhere. And
it's
posted
really easy to fake 4 seconds too, you know?
And he essentially posted
what the hell?
He essentially posted the still, and it looked just like this. This is how it got released, right?
Got it. And so, that looks terrible. Yeah.
And I mean, it's, you know, like one of these shitty FLIR cameras.
That looks like a HomePod.
And, you know, people were obviously skeptical. At the time, people were like, that could be a puddle on the ground, right? Like, it kind of looks like it could be.
It could be.
So, you know, people were skeptical. People used it as like a way to be like, Jeremy's full of shit. But this week, a FOIA request that was put in around 2 years ago finally came through, and we finally got what we believe to be part of the footage of the video. But at least it is proving that it was a video. It
wasn't just a still, right? Yeah. It is proving,
and it's not something that's just exactly, or it's not something that's just sitting on the street like a puddle or something, which I thought was maybe potentially the thing.
I mean, it could just be like a crunched out photo section of a bad puddle, right? Yeah, but now we know it's not.
And I'm just going to play, it's 4 seconds long, so that's why I say I assume there's maybe longer footage where they try to track this thing.
Well, we would pray. Sure.
But it's weird.
That literally looks like a HomePod. I stand on this. For anyone who doesn't know, that's what a HomePod looks like.
My theory is, it's like, this could be a balloon, right?
Just floating by.
I will play it at slow-mo here so we see.
Yeah, here we go. It'll come in nice and slow.
I don't know. It's kind of hauling ass.
It could be a balloon with no string in the wind. I totally agree with you. Like, because that top part could just be the sun's reflection on a black balloon. You know?
Yeah. So it's hard to tell. Like, and this is like the caliber of stuff that people are like saying is like legit. So it's like, this is
what people want you to think, right? Like, we get these crumbs, and then we're supposed to choose, and we all divide ourselves based on the opinion of a 4-second fucking video.
Whole UFO communities are arguing about this right now, and that's what they would.
Of course they are.
Because if we were to all organize and focus, more FOIA requests would come in. More actual information would come out. It's just
God forbid. Why is the video always fucking 5 seconds long? I really do mean this. Like,
I'm with you on that.
Everything is 5 seconds long.
You've seen my UFO video. It's 3.5 minutes long, and it's only,
you know what you're doing.
And it only cut off because the thing fucking disappeared in the blink of an eye. In the blink of an eye in the video, literally. You've seen it, and it's like that's what I'm looking for, and that's why I filmed it that way. I wasn't going to stop filming until my phone died or this thing fucking disappeared.
Well, and I feel like most people who see one, that would be their reaction. And that's why I get really touchy with these short clipped up videos.
Yeah. Well, I can also, be honest. An argument is always made that like people get really amazed by what they're looking at. Maybe not by an orb, but maybe if you see some sort of crazy ship, say, or whatever, people say they see these. So it's like, if you see one, you might be in shock. You might not want to take your eyes off that thing.
If I could see not filming at all, but filming a couple seconds seems weird.
I'm with
you. You know what I mean?
No, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Like if you're like, I was so in shock, I just froze and looked at it and didn't take a video. I find that more believable than here's the 4 seconds I got before I froze.
Or like when it cuts off, it cuts off in the middle of the action. You're like, that makes no sense.
That makes that's where it became unbelievable, is what I believe.
I'm with you.
That next 5 seconds are where you could tell it was something else.
I think that's super reasonable. All of my favorite UFO footage is exactly what you're describing in opposite. So it's like, that's why I like it, and that's why I find that kind of stuff compelling. If it's not doing those things. And there's less of that,
which also gives me less of a grifter vibe.
A lot less. I would love to do a stream where I pull up my favorites and we go through.
We could do that. Just Brandon's favorite UFO stuff.
No, there's some good ones. But
so you're telling me on this one here, Trump and Elon, that they didn't? I thought they made up.
This is a while.
I thought they made up.
I mean. Yeah, no. They just can't quit each other.
I don't know. I think we'll have to...
Let me see if I can isolate his audio.
So she asked him, would you deport Elon Musk?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I can do a voice boost. Give me a sec. This is like the worst audio I've ever seen.
Well, they got like fucking planes behind him and shit that are like revving up their engines.
I don't know. I think we'll have to take a look. We might have to put Doge on Elon.
He said we might have to stick Doge
on Elon.
You know what Doge is? Doge is the monster that that might have to go back and eat Elon. Wouldn't that be terrible?
Wouldn't that be terrible if the monster you created came back to eat you?
This is everything I've ever wanted to hear out of this man's mouth.
Insane, dude.
He gets a lot of subsidies, Peter.
He gets a lot of subsidies. We'll be looking into those subsidies.
Why do you think he came to America and invested all this money in your fucking presidential campaign, you idiot?
Trump is too sharp to be president, I think, is actually the problem. He's too in touch with pop culture that it's like it stresses me out. He's reading Twitter all day.
I might have to put him in Crocodile Bay.
Whoever's doing an amazing job at keeping Trump's Twitter burner up secret is really like they deserve a raise. Whoever, because he's not.
That's like the NSA.
He's not on fucking Truth Social reading his fucking people's dribble.
No, he's on there with the people on a burner.
He's up there with the cosmopolitan New York crowd on Twitter. This is who he is. This is who he is. Anyway,
It is.
I loved that. Oh, we're leading it. Okay. So we're gonna get into a little block here. We're gonna cover a little bit of what's going on in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
I think it's interesting, and I think you might start seeing it on the news, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, I heard that on Brandon and Max's podcast, dude. That's crazy. I just heard about this already. I'm ahead of the curve.
We're moving the news. Yeah.
I'm ahead of the curve." But everybody loves a little Pearl Mania. This guy gets shared a lot. He's very popular. And we'll let him basically give everybody a quick rundown on what's going on. He does it very quick and does it with the type of energy you'd expect the guy from Philadelphia to approach something like this with. So
That's how we appreciate it.
We'll let him take it away.
Okay, no one wants to do that.
We'll start it over for you so we can get the full context here.
Filling our cars with garbage, Sherelle Parker. Okay, no one wants to do that. For those of y'all who don't know, the mayor of Philadelphia just asked the entire population of Philadelphia, every single city resident, to scab against the union. Because right now, the trash men are on strike. Yeah, it's actually a pretty big union that has more than just trash men, but the big one, their big bargaining chip, is that
I need to find this guy and smoke a J with him big time.
We need to have him on the show.
Me and him both need to calm down a bit.
are the sanitation workers union. And right now...
And it's possible. He might live like 10 minutes from me. Who knows?
He might live right down the block.
They're in a labor dispute with the 100th mayor of Philadelphia, Sherelle Parker. Some of y'all might know Sherelle Parker as the mayor that tried to sell an entire Philadelphia neighborhood to a billionaire so he could build a fucking arena that
the Sixers arena they were going to destroy Chinatown for. This is also the mayor that didn't know, people will know this, didn't know how to spell Eagles and had the flow.
Oh, is that the E-G-A-L?
Yes, that's Sherelle. I met her
Eagles!
recently. Did I tell the story on the show about meeting her? She came in, I met her. Oh, I got it.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe I'll keep that to myself.
I think you told me off. I won't say what you told me.
Oh, no, that's good. That's for the best. I think I usually don't self-censor, but for this should be for everybody's best interest.
We love that you have a nice job. You know, let's not.
This is for everybody's best interest. I think the city of Philadelphia is doing enough to say what they need to say.
Nobody wanted? Well, now Sherelle Parker, after giving herself a raise, after expanding her executive team with 6-figure salaries, is now demanding that sanitation workers and other city employees should not get raises, should not have cost of living increases, and instead should just accept the bullshit that she wants to offer. And while they're in the middle of their negotiation, while they're in the middle of their argument, they said, hey, July 1st, we're going on strike. We're the trash men. We're not picking up the trash. You don't want to pay us? We're not going to pick it up. And then she said, well, the city of Philadelphia will just set up trash pickup sites throughout the city.
Yeah, that's going great. How's that going? Do you have yours?
We're going to show you guys.
We're getting there. Okay.
We'll get there.
Have designated areas for Philadelphians to throw the trash. I don't know if you've ever been inside your own fucking city, Sherelle Parker, but we already have trash-nados. We're one of the only cities in America
that has
little tornadoes of trash. Ask me how I know. Ask me how many hot Cheetos bags have hit me in the middle of the fucking face.
There isn't a lie here, dude. There isn't a lie to what this man has said. Not one.
And now, instead, you picked 50 spots all over Philadelphia. And what are most of those spots, Sherelle Parker? Public parks. You're going to fill our public parks with fucking garbage. And then you had the gall. You had the absolute gall to be like, Philadelphians, you should just grab your trash and throw it in your car and drive it to these locations.
He's not getting enough love.
Do you know how gross my garbage is, bitch?
He's not getting.
Do you know?
He's not getting nearly enough love for that weird impression he did of her. And I'm giving it to him, okay?
30% of Philadelphians don't have vehicles. They don't have cars. You're asking 480,000 Philadelphia residents to grab a bag of garbage and walk it up to a mile in 90-degree heat and how much fucking humidity, Sherelle Parker? How much? So yeah, you just asked the entire city to fucking scab. I'm standing with District Council 33. I'm standing with the sanitation workers. I always am going to stand with actual workers because unlike some fucking Philadelphia and Pennsylvania Democrats, John Fetterman, we know who builds this fucking country and who builds this fucking state and who builds fucking Philadelphia. It's fucking union labor all goddamn day.
It's not wrong. He's spitting facts, dude.
And you could tell he's not virtue signaling. Like, that's what I appreciate about that type of. He's, you know, that you deserve to be angry. And if everybody gets a little bit riled up about this, negotiations will go quickly. That's my.
Well, yeah,
take.
just keep showing your outrage.
It's about
right?
pressure.
Your outrage,
it's about
striking.
Striking in general is about putting pressure on somebody to change. Like it's because things are. You're beyond the point of fixing or, you know, you need to force somebody's hand.
You've made this situation so bad for us so that you can prosper that now we as the workers have to do something.
And the workers, like it proves that if you don't have them, you don't have anything. It's very...
the mayor should hop out in the city and start picking up everybody's fucking trash. Prove a point. You and your 10 people who make 6 figures a year, get out there and start running the truck.
All right.
You know?
So that was basically a very accurate and pretty condensed rundown of what's going on in Philadelphia. Yeah. So the strike is officially in motion. You know, they were supposed to get my trash tomorrow. They are not coming. So that's stinky, and it's going to be a stinky summer. It's going to be made in America, but the stinky version. It's going to be very stinky. And you know what? If that's the case, so be it. I'm in the camp of the stink needs to happen to prove that they're necessary. Like that's the whole point. That's it. You're inconvenienced because their job is so important and integral to the safety and health of the city, right? So, you know, when they don't show up and everybody starts getting sick and stuff, it's on the mayor to fix that, not the sanitation workers. Like,
yeah,
you know,
they've already done what they're gonna do. It's how she is willing to respond to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. It's putting the ball in their court and telling them, all right, well, you know, this is what
we're gonna do.
Yes.
How are you gonna respond to it?
And it's the power that's real power. That's real negotiating power, and that's what people don't understand.
Especially when it's something as massive as garbage, right? Like you said, there's a sanitation issue. People are going to start getting sick. You're gonna see more rats. You're gonna see all this bullshit, right?
100%.
And all it's gonna do is outrage these citizens more and more. It's like you just need. It's like. Dude, it's like those shitty general managers. Like Philadelphia is trying to negotiate with the sanitation workers like Jerry Jones negotiates with Dallas Cowboys free agents.
I mean, management
he underpays them and underpays them, and then he's shocked when they hold out for a new contract. Shocked.
Unfortunately, that's the role of management in a capitalist hellscape like America. That's their job, is to crush. And sometimes you get a good manager. Who, you know,
and a rare opportunity.
But what happens to good managers? They get let go.
Yeah.
They are
or
not
they get promoted
valued
to soulless positions.
But yeah, they're not valued at the company because they're not doing their job technically, to be honest with you. If they're a good manager. That's the issue. So we have you know, I'm going to try to keep the words out of my mouth. People know how I feel about it.
We'll let the news sources tell us.
If you were in Philly, this is our local Fox affiliate, so this is just the straight up local news. They've gotten good at TikTok, thank God. So I can just pull this up for you guys.
Shout out clips. Share that with me real quick.
I will. And this is gonna, You're going to have a lot to say about this anchor. Bite your tongue, okay? Just bite your tongue for a second. This is the best anchor maybe I've ever seen ever.
I'm trying to think of why.
A reporter. He's not an anchor. He's a reporter, but he's a legend.
How dare you put that on him? All right.
And tensions are rising.
Look, you just said no end in sight. Well, how about this? No sights with an end. And that's what we're looking at tonight. So here is the sign on the utility pole here. And you'll notice it reads, nothing beats a clean street. No dumping, maximum fine $2,000. So here we are, 18th and Catherine Streets here in...
I'm shocked you didn't say anything about his appearance, even though I told you not to.
I mean, I do just think it's really crazy how far John Stamos fell off that he has to do local Fox affiliate news stations now.
Watch this man do a better job as a local Fox affiliate than anybody on CNN have ever done. He's about to show you what this drop-off site looks like. This is day 1.
Oh, it's going to be brutal.
In lovely Graduate Hospital in the neighborhood. And look at this street. So there's barely enough room. There's about 10 inches left of sidewalk here on this side.
Yeah, dude.
So the dumpster
Have you seen this in Manioc yet?
The fire hydrant is about to be covered.
Yeah,
People
dude,
are still dropping off trash.
Yeah, ours is like just like this. It's really not far.
So are you like taking your garbage somewhere right now? Like, what are you guys doing?
Well,
what's your day to day?
This is our first day of having to deal with it. So realistically, I like, part of me is like, a lot of people are arguing that bringing your stuff to these drop-off locations would be considered, you'd still be scabbing because you're kind of still doing the job.
What they want you to do to help fight against sanitation.
Now, that being said, it's like, I also don't think the city benefits from everybody putting their trash out on the curb for however long the strike's going to be.
To pile as high as Azkaban, you know?
Nobody, nobody wants people to actually get sick and die from this. Like, that's not the goal. And people who like try to scapegoat it and make it seem like, oh, like they want everybody to get sick. It's like, no, they don't. They just...
No, because that's going to make them not get reelected. And they like the cushy re-election.
There's a lot.
You know?
Yeah, there's a lot to this. It's a very complicated thing when it comes to how you feel about labor too and whatever. But like at the end of the day, I want to support the union as much as I can, and I'm gonna do what they suggest from their official channels.
What's their suggestion for garbage right now?
They haven't really put one out yet, and I'm sure that's not really their focus either, because the whole point of striking is to not care about this right now and
it's like paid. I get that, right?
Well, it's on the city. They're city employees. The city should be, and the city came up with this is their solution, and I frankly don't think it's a great solution. But here's the other thing too: we have sanitation sites, like literal sanitation sites that you could drive to. They're actually they've formed picket lines outside of those. So you actually legitimately.
So now they're like legitimately treating you like a scab. If you go drop them
legit.
off.
No, not at these. These don't have picket lines, but the facilities do. Okay. Like the manned facilities.
Could you bring your trash right to a facility if you wanted to?
You could, and they are being
and that's
smart.
why they're doing that.
Yes. And they're not picketing these dumpsters that they're leaving out, obviously, because they know people have to fucking bring their shit somewhere.
People have to, but like bring it there, not to.
But bringing it here kind of is still creating the same issue that people would have if you left it on the street, which is kind of highlighting how short-sighted and shitty Sherelle Parker is as a mayor. Yeah. If this is the fix you come up with, like Pearlmania said. The majority of these aren't even like the way this is set up, like on the side of the street or whatever. They're in public parks, which is going to.
Yeah, what's the impact of those parks after this is over?
Exactly.
You know,
and you have
the grass is going to be fucked. It's going to be gross. Think about all the shit that's going to leak into the park. It's going to be a fucking shit show. That's what I was thinking when they explained it in this video.
Yeah, her whole thing is keep Philly green too. So it's like, did you mean Nickelodeon slime green? Because that's what it's going to look like.
What it's going to fucking look like at every park when a kid tries to play in 5 months.
Yeah,
every few.
It's going to look like The Simpsons.
Yeah, it's gross.
Look at this pile. Now, remember, yesterday we heard 15 times from city officials, no bulk dumping. But there are a lot of people that didn't listen to that. So you've got pallets here. People have left their trash cans after wheeling it here, not wanting to take it back home.
How good of a job is this guy doing at reporting on this right now? Like, he's literally investigating this.
He's down there going through the trash.
He's literally touching the trash. He's putting together the context of, like, some people brought this, some people brought that. People aren't listening to the bulking rule. Wait until
they don't give a fuck.
Wait until he gets to the end of this and he points out the infrastructure project going on underneath. The water department dug a hole and they just put this dumpster next to it. And there's fucking trash that's gonna fall into exposed piping. And he calls this out too. Just watch.
This is more pallets. This looks like something that would be on under your feet in your car. You got pizza boxes.
He's close.
Floorboard.
No, he's close. It's that plastic thing. I have one under me now.
Yeah, it's that thing that drags, isn't it?
No, it's just there so I don't. So I'm not rolling my cart on my hardwood floors.
Oh, yeah, the little. I get what you mean.
Yeah, it's like a plastic slip.
Yeah. Yep.
They're so expensive, dude. It's so annoying.
I know, dude. I wanted one for this room because of the tile, and I ended up just buying a cheap carpet because
that's usually the way to go.
Yeah.
Paintings. Look at this. Dawn Timothy would love this. A painting of a dog. We have an upside down painting of a swan.
This dude is the best. Is he not the fucking best?
I am really falling in love with this guy. He's just
Kelly sent me this today, and at first I was like, this guy's crazy, and then I was like, this guy's the best reporter I think I've ever seen.
So good at his fucking job.
So we've got cardboard, we've got recyclables, and again, not much sidewalk left. Here's another trash
He points out the sidewalk clearance twice too, which I thought was important.
Because he wants you to know, hey, there isn't any. You know?
What does a person in a wheelchair do in this instance? For real. As if there's a ton of those.
Left. Yeah. Now, the water department's also among the strikers. They had a project, mid-project, so we've got a hole in the ground with a pipe sticking out and concrete all over the place. And this job, according to this sign, was supposed to be done
Look at him reading the sign, finding out the dates.
It was supposed to be done, yeah.
June 13th, so that's a little behind schedule now, even more behind schedule. So look at this dumpster. So it's full, and people are having to hoist the trash either into the pile or over the pile. And we did just see our first mammal here, and that's what everybody feared. So we just saw a raccoon who was digging into the trash.
Our first mammal has arrived. The first mammal has hit the towers, dude.
I love how he said that. Our first mammal
has actually arrived. Good. Like, everything he does is perfect. It just keeps leveling him up.
It's like 11:30 at night. You know he's tired as fuck.
No, he's not. He was just on K&A copping. Like, this man is fucked up. Like, this man is one of us, dude. He's literally what is the deep V in the blazer deal?
I don't know. It is like very 2009.
He got some food, so
he looks like the dude from Shameless right now. If you told him you have to be a reporter today, and he's like, I guess that's just like a random episode.
Jeremy Allen White.
No, the older guy.
Which one?
Isn't Jeremy Allen White from The Bear?
Yeah, he's the oldest brother.
I'm talking about
Shameless.
The dad. The fucking
the Frank.
Yeah, you pull him out of bed and you say, Frank, you have to fill in for this reporter today. And Frank shows up to work like this and does it. He crushes it. And that's like the end of the episode.
That's the episode. Yeah.
That is.
And then he gets enough money from it to have like a beer.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's the episode.
There you go. That's what everybody's worried about. Where's vermin? But you don't want to get bit by a rabid raccoon while you're throwing out your trash. So this is less than just a complete day one. And here's more of the trouble on day one today.
On my block and in different areas across the city, fire.
All right, so she talks a little bit about the fire hydrants and stuff. I do want to skip ahead to the very end because this part, dude, is gonna make you laugh. He paints you a beautiful picture right here, and it's like, this is art. This is broadcasting, bro. Watch.
At the 63 different locations.
It's bad. It's going to continue getting bad.
And so you live here in Graduate Hospital, beautiful homes, beautiful view of the skyline, and it's probably why the person that bought this beautiful 3-story corner row house here, red brick, put that beautiful rooftop deck on there, and probably have big plans to have a big 4th of July party and barbecue. And now they have a second view everybody will want to see from above. And hopefully the smell from this dump won't permeate up 3.5 stories and ruin the
Bro. Are you kidding? Like, get this
pan
man
over to zoom in. Also, the cameraman is a pro.
Oh, you know they've both been together for 20 years.
Yeah,
Me and Kelly,
when he starts talking about something, the cameraman's like, I got you.
There's only one cameraman that knows how to do this guy right. Like,
Yeah,
and
they're a duo. They're a dynamic
team.
duo.
Yeah, that's a team. Kelly and I looked up this dude, and he's been working for Fox 29 for like 20 years. I love him.
Yeah,
I need to look. I need to know more about him, to be honest.
I want more on the stream of him doing things in Philadelphia because we need to get him on the show.
I would love that.
We need to get him on the show.
He's amazing, and I would love that. So we'll cap it off with one. This whole tweet thread went very viral over this. I think it's rage bait, but it's still compelling, right? You had people, saying shit like the trashman wanting a 24% raise for a job that they don't need clearances, certifications, or a degree for is crazy. Everybody else, I understand, but come on now. Like she did a whole bunch of tweets like this. Like,
nah, this is definitely rage bait because like you'd have to be a dumb bitch. It's a rage bait page. That's why no one can reply to any of her shit.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, but she posted this, but the people actually say this stuff. So it's like, regardless if it's rage bait or not, it's coming out of some people's mouths, and that's the wild part. Strike is so funny because y'all not going to work just to stand outside with signs and not get paid for the time, which is not true and not how striking works. There's a strike fund in a union so that when...
Yeah, but a girl on Twitter doesn't know this, bro.
Well, it's just funny because it's like just objectively incorrect. You do get paid to strike. That's how unions work. That's why unions are cool, because even when you have to do this type of shit to negotiate with somebody, you pay into a union so that when you do need to strike, you get your fucking wages while you're striking.
Yeah, that's the whole point of paying into it the entire time you're working.
Yeah. That and their negotiating power. But yeah, she did a bunch of stuff like that. But there's genuinely people who feel this way, and it's just like you're just fighting a losing battle. You're not winning.
What's the end game?
I don't know.
With her baby daddy is a fucking garbage man. That's what this is.
The funny thing is the garbage.
She's like, I don't want him to have shit.
Well,
that's the truth.
The garbage men that did remind me just of a statistic that I read today. I didn't realize this, but the garbage men in Philly statistically, it's like, I think it's 75% black people working in those positions in Philly, which is like wild to me. But at least it's like, I think about it and I'm like, there's like a path for, like a lot of the black community in Philly, like rightfully so, say that there's not a lot of ways to get out of situations. Like there's not resources to get out of the neighborhoods.
And then they want to pay the garbage men $46,000 a year.
And it's like, yeah, that's a good job. Like, I could see the intentions of somebody trying to get out of their neighborhood, trying to get a city job, trying to make it work for themselves, and trying to
better their generation.
Trying to just get out of a shitty situation.
Take a step the fuck up in this world.
And
God forbid.
They're not paying you enough and you're working so hard and you're not getting paid enough, and you have the best of intentions, right? Like you have the best of intentions and you're trying to do right by everybody by doing this. It just blows me away that there's any argument against it.
That wants to say that, yeah.
People got to get right with their heart, dude. We're moving on, though. We'll cover that a little bit.
But I will agree. We need to cover this as it goes.
Yeah, I mean, I think they'll be so stinky in a week, the negotiations will be made. And that's hopefully what happens.
I will say, as the people who handle the garbage, you truly have all the power.
Right, because nobody wants to do that job.
But nobody wants to do it. That's why they deserve more money, you dumb bitch. Because you and I and everybody else doesn't want to fucking pick up the garbage or drive it somewhere every fucking day.
And you're also not thinking about how long it takes to train these people to do this properly. It's a dangerous job. With that, you could be damaging a lot of people's property by doing.
The trucks back then too. Like y'all still doing the
hanger? Yeah, well, we still hang on the trucks here, bro. It's wild. Yeah. But even just like knowing how to navigate the city properly, knowing how to not hit cars with the truck, knowing how to, there's a million things that you really got to get good at before they're even going to send you out. So if all these people aren't going to be in here for say a month, which the last trash strike in Philly was in the 80s and went on for 3 weeks. And it was a big to do.
And we're just getting started then. Because God forbid, what if this one goes longer? What if the city feels confident that they're going to win this time? Or not even confident, but they're just determined not to get fucked like they did in the 80s in their mind, right? In this last 2 months.
It's goofy. It's just, you'd think you'd treat your people right, and it's just wild. So don't come at me with any anti-striking bullshit. Striking is good. We're wearing a labor hat right now.
Do you know how fucking disgusting the garbage is in my house?
Yeah.
It is fucking shitty diapers, fucking processed food that I pulled out of the sink.
Yeah, I have a can full of shit sitting outside my front door for my dog.
Yeah. And you want to act like that's not skilled labor to not vomit when you touch other people's stuff like that?
Right.
That's like the biggest skill I've ever fucking heard.
And you're like, you need to have a sense of athleticism. You need to be in shape to be able to get that job done.
Saying it's unskilled labor to have to deal with garbage is the wildest take I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, yeah, rage bait. But this is what people say. People say, well, you didn't go to college. You didn't have to pay money to get a degree to get that job. Like, it's like, all right,
you didn't go to college like me, where I went to college for 4 years and then I sit on my ass on the computer all day and do nothing.
But I was saying that 75% of the workforce on the waste management infield are black, right? And it's like. Okay, that's interesting because I'm sure the statistics are not the same in New York City, right? It's probably much more spread out. Because of the straight up diversity. I'm sure there's still a large percentage of the population. I'm curious. I'm speaking out of my ass here, but if I were to assume, the New York City waste management is going to be a more diverse workforce just based on the fact that it's New York City.
Based on the population of New York City alone.
And they get paid 6 figures to do that job. So what is it about a 75% black workforce that you feel like you deem it worthy to pay them all less than $50,000, less than $45,000 a year to do that job?
It's not a livable wage.
It just feels like I'm not one to cry wolf on race stuff. It's not my place to, but I look at that and I go, that's weird that they make
I agree.
that much less, and it's 75% of a black workforce versus a workforce that's more diverse and they're making so much more. Like, what is it about it that's not squaring up with me? It doesn't sit right with my soul.
Me neither. You know what else doesn't sit right with my soul is this CIA McDonald's propaganda right here.
Well,
they're getting you ready for the caped scary man to be these 3 countries.
No. Because what's even funnier about this is these countries have already been. Have you noticed the flags that we're looking at here? We've got Italy, we've got Japan, and we have Germany. Yeah. We have the Axis powers here. So what
they
are we
were
doing?
The international heist.
What are we doing with the? Somebody explain this in the comments, actually. And obviously, people joking about it being the Axis powers. Shout out. But no, they found out that the flags actually represent the international items that are part of a promotion: the Rosie Burger from Germany, the teriyaki chicken sandwich from Japan, and the McPizza Bites from Italy. And somebody said
Why don't we get that shit?
The axis of tastiness. That's crazy though. When no one thought about this, there wasn't one history buff in the room going, that's the Axis powers.
Not at McDonald's HQ. I don't think they have very many buffs of anything.
Yeah.
To be very honest with you.
Here's a little bit lighter. Oh, I forgot. I should have included this right out of the strike, but this has nothing to do with the strike. This is just a funny video I saw that was Philadelphia related, and I figured, you don't see this kind of energy in these types of videos very often, and every arrest should kind of be like this in my opinion. This is a twin brother arresting his twin. Look at them both. They've been playing cops and robbers their whole life. And now they get to this
Cowboys and robbers, baby.
It's a beautiful moment. It's like, oh, it's so legit. They're both laughing their ass off right now.
You remember when I used to arrest you when you were 6?
That's so funny. No, the roles were reversed when they used to play this game.
Yo, send it to the jails, yo.
It's good to bring the cookout vibes to being arrested.
There's so much smiling happening in this video, and it's something about it really made me happy.
He'll be out in the morning. Don't worry, everybody.
I certainly hope so.
We find out he killed like 12 people. All right, dude, have you heard about the poop socks?
No, I don't even want to watch this. Can we skip
this? That's tough. One? Nope, no, we have to watch it.
Fuck.
Yep.
What am I looking at?
So we've been talking a lot about garbage, right? This guy has a page where he just puts a bunch of poop in a sock and then squishes it around a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. How does this make you feel?
This is AI. That's how I'm gonna
It's
get through
actually
this.
not, because I saw him cut open a poop sock on his channel too.
This is how I'm getting through. This is AI.
I watched him cut open a poop sock. You're just
can't.
quietly reading comments. Just click play.
I need to
Go to his page. Go to his page. Go to his page. If
I
you
really-
don't, if you think it's AI, why don't you just go to his page? You're scared. You're scared to click on that page right now.
The Gandalf one. So funny.
Click on his page. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I
This is the kind of guy that poop socks. Absolutely. Look at him.
No.
Now you know it's not AI. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, I'm not curious about that. I'm not curious about that.
You'll be looking it up tonight at 3 o'clock in the morning by yourself. You
No,
little sick
nothing
bastard.
has made me more sick to my stomach. That might be the top nastiest shit.
I was hoping for a little retch from you. I didn't get it. I'm kind of pissed.
What is this? God, Sham
dude.
God.
Huh?
Who's the Sham God?
Oh, that's a basketball player.
Oh, that's where I got the clout. Remember when I stole the Stephen A. Smith calling everybody
Yeah.
the Sham God?
Yeah, yeah.
Good times.
All right, so check this out. This is a rare one. We do a lot of car accidents on here, and we also do a lot of firework accidents, right?
Yeah.
We've been known to do both. This is both.
Okay.
The rare opportunity for the show.
Dude, the fireworks place. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
So a car wrecked into a phantom firework.
Holy cow. Oh my gosh.
I mean, did you see the one in Texas that exploded too? There's so many of these happening every time.
Well, dude, it's really scary to have that many of those in one building. You know, that's why
Well,
they should keep that shit intense.
Stuff burns down every day. It's just easy to remember when the fireworks buildings burn down because it's such a good time.
What's that noise?
Jesus Christ.
That shit. I got you all the angles, by the way.
This is fucking horrifying.
You're like, damn, I live right next to
into
them.
the fireworks store. And it is going to explode.
Bitch, what do you mean? It's exploded.
This is crazy way to react to that. You should maybe.
It's going to explode.
Are you on Zans right now? This is insane way to respond.
Line with breakfast, which was Xanax. FedEx guy's like, give me the. I'm not delivering there today.
Oh my god.
I can't believe some people.
Holy crackers and cheese.
Well, at least know what a phantom.
My God, did you hear what she just said?
No.
Put this bitch in jail.
Holy crackers and cheese.
She said, "Holy crackers and cheese."
Pedophile.
Okay. Why are you talking like that?
Only pedophiles don't swear.
Why
believe
are you talking like that? That is fucking weird.
Oh my crackers and butthole.
That's like people who still say shit balls and stuff, you know?
Oh my god, I hope that was okay.
I can't listen to these two anymore. This is insane.
I'm done.
It's
I'm
pissing
done
me
with
off.
this bitch.
I don't like their attitude. All right, let's see. I don't.
You know what? I don't like your fucking attitude. How about that?
You don't get any more screen time today. Not on our show.
Cutting off your screen time, bitch.
I like the cut of her jib. I don't. I
That's
do like
funny,
she.
too.
I like the cut of Speed's jib though.
Okay, this is a good one. This is a really funny one because
Bye bye
Well-
Israel. Have you ever seen that one?
yeah, we did it on the
Yeah.
stream.
Okay, I
So-
was just making sure.
Let's just watch this and then talk about it because I have beliefs about this and I want to get your opinion.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab a piss while you
want to
watch.
do the hot chip challenge for money?
Oh, no, fam, no, fam.
You sure? Hey, my brother. PC, I'll buy whatever you buy right now if you want to do this.
You know what? No, I can give you my number, though, so we can do it another time.
You can't do it right now? Just eat.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Yeah, go ahead.
You want to do it? All right, bet.
Go ahead.
All right, bet. All right, bet. What you getting?
I'm getting, it's the only way I'm trying to finance, but that little laptop right there.
It's a laptop?
Right here.
This one right here?
Yeah, this one I was trying to get.
I didn't even know they was live, bro.
Bro, you picked out the highest one. On God, you was getting this. On God, you was getting this.
Yeah, I was getting this, man.
All right.
He just got fleeced, which is awesome.
Wait for
He
it.
gets a $2,000 laptop if he eats the hot chip and lasts for 5 minutes. Let's go.
The glove for the hot
Timer
chip.
starts when you swallow.
Yeah.
Okay, 5 minutes from now, let's go.
I didn't Vitaly used to do this to pedophiles. Now we're just doing this to guys
Now
trying to buy
we're just doing it for
laptops at
money. Yeah,
Target.
now we're-
Leave him alone.
Yeah, but he showed them to never do this again.
Nah, at the 5 minutes. Come on, Alienware PC, bro.
He does need that. He's gonna
Yeah,
survive.
look at his build. He needs that.
Chat, he taking it too good, bro. He's taking it well, y'all. You got around like 3 minutes, bro.
Bro, you gave him the light one, bro.
That's the, what do you mean a light one? It's a regular one.
Checking the box and everything.
He planted some tanks, man.
Bro, chat, he just got a free PC. That easy, bro. All right, bro, 1 more minute, bro. You got 1 more minute.
He's in pain though. He has to.
Oh
be.
yeah, but he has to be, but he's doing it.
This is the king of stoic, being a stoic
Yeah.
man.
He did this shit easily, bro.
That boy really did the challenge.
GG's, bro. He, all right. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Let's get your PC, bro.
You want to do for shipping or
You
what?
got 3 things?
No, it was, I got the 2-year warranty. He said, what, Bob?
Yeah.
I said, do you want to do
It's funny that he's acting like that even makes a difference in his life. That is fun.
It's like,
He's
I
a good
know.
actor. He is cute.
It's really
Yeah.
funny.
He just messed the fuck out of me.
He's got a good attitude. He really
Here's
does.
my thing, dude. Here's my opinion. If you see someone who looks like that in the gaming department, they will do anything for a $2,000 computer.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
You should have known there was no way you weren't buying that guy a computer when you looked at him and was like, let's talk to that guy.
$2,000 computer is like worth doing a lot of things for.
I mean, I would eat the hot chip for an Alienware PC with the 2-year warranty.
If you're somebody with ambition, you didn't have a PC before, and somebody buys you a PC, you could become a millionaire
Absolutely.
overnight.
If you were willing to eat a hot chip for a PC, what won't you do?
It's true. It's very true. All right, what do we got here? We're coming up on the hour, so we can save. We can either we'll cut off at the hour regardless, but we have a bunch of extra stuff, so maybe we'll save it for,
right.
and then we can record another with what
We
we
can do
got.
a little bone for a little stowaway.
Yeah, because who the fuck are you guys? You know,
We can do that on Saturday if you have time.
Ooh, I like
We'll
it.
double. We haven't done a stream into pod in a while, but we always like doing it when we
Oh,
actually do it.
Those vibe.
Yeah,
those pods
vibes are
usually-
immaculate. Yeah, when you've already been talking for an hour and you're like, all right, now let's talk about stuff that actually matters and not
Yep.
just stupid content on the internet.
We get into it.
Dude, this is crazy. So first of all, I want to let you know Trump's reign, the General Lee has the stars and bars back on it, right? Remember when they took the fucking
Yes,
stars and bars off? Okay.
obviously.
So it's back, but I also want to say, when you watch this land, this was definitely set up by people who think that the stars and bars matter.
Okay. I'm
All right.
curious about.
So the General Lee's going to jump a fountain, right?
Which is objectively great and cool.
It's objectively badass, right?
Yeah.
But watch how it lands. That was not planned, dude. He just slammed into the. They were like, dude, just drive over and screw it in. Look at him hit the concrete.
He destroyed that.
Yeah, I think it's wrecked.
It is cool though.
It is cool though, but it's like, let me see you jump the fountain one more time.
This video though just reminds me that I am so happy that I quit vaping.
Oh, me too, because every time you see one of those, don't you feel like they're so gay?
I used to have one in my mouth all day.
All the time. And
And
dude, isn't it really bad? You and me both, right? You could probably watch the first season of our show. We have vapes in our hand the whole time, right?
endlessly vaping. You can
Endlessly
if you were
vaping.
to just listen to our show, well, yeah, we don't really release the video. So if you're just listening to the show, you would hear us like exhaling like
You
constantly.
hear us pulling those machines, yeah.
Yeah.
But now, whenever I'm watching a podcast and someone older than me, so like 30s, 40s, is just holding one the whole episode like a binky, it's so cringe.
Yeah, you're not doing well.
Yeah,
you're not somebody anybody should be inspired
and that's
by.
what's really scary is when you just hold it the whole show and you don't even hit it. It's like I just need to hold it.
People be like this, dude.
That's how I feel. All right, let's.
You
watch
think he ripped the vape as soon as he hit this jump? That's why he fucked it up.
Well, I hope so. That's probably the last vape he's hitting.
Oh.
I really want another angle on that so bad. Like
He was
over
going
there.
so fast that there's no way that
There's
didn't
no
hurt.
way that didn't hurt like hell, dude. What is? Oh, okay. So check this video out. I know you're not the biggest Amazon guy, so you'll probably get a good laugh out of this.
I do love anvils, though. I have like a.
Well,
weird...
then this is a good one for you.
It's funny that you sent this. I have a thing for anvils. Aren't they cool looking?
I mean, they are. I want one
shape.
as like a door stop. Put one as a door
Whoever
stop.
came up with the shape of the anvil was cooking. For some reason, it was just like, it needs to be functional, but also look really cool as a part of my ironworking or whatever the fuck you did with an anvil back then.
Yeah.
My thing when I was in handguns was trying to, because nautical stuff was so big in pop punk and Tumblr
It
at
was
the time.
huge. Yeah.
And
yeah.
I was like kind of, I understood the appeal, but I wanted to like do something similar but different.
Cool and different,
and we
yeah.
adopted the anvil as opposed to the anchor, and we used to use it
Yeah.
on stuff. And it was
I
cool.
remember that. I remember that.
It was
because
sick.
everyone was doing the anchor with the rope around it. It's just like
And we thought the anvil was like similar.
way
It's like
cooler.
a big piece of metal, but it's just cooler,
can be found on a boat.
Probably, yeah. There's people working metal on the boat probably to fix stuff.
All right, so let's check this out.
Since I revealed that I have been buying and returning anvils on Amazon.com continuously for the past 6 months, you can see here this is last week's haul, and I've heard feedback from a lot of different people saying lots of not so nice things about my character and how I'm a bad person and harming minimum wage workers, and I would argue, no, that's not the case. Especially when this is the guy that's been delivering my Look at him. He looks great. Is it somehow wrong to be helping a minimum wage worker hit their fitness goals?
Holy shit.
And for now, I will be continuing to buy and return anvils on Amazon.com until someone does something about it.
Fair enough. If Amazon lets you do that shit, I mean, what are you gonna do?
It's like the sanitation workers, right? Amazon's allowing it. It's not on you. It's on Amazon.
Exactly, right.
Also, this isn't Dave Portnoy, right?
I am, but I wanted to show people.
It's still a great vid.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that for sure.
I knew it wasn't Dave Portnoy. I think the second when I watched it back after the first time I watched it,
Yeah,
I was like,
I wanted it to be Dave Portnoy.
Clearly not. It looks like him, though. I will admit, it got me on the first watch.
First watch,
yeah. I mean, obviously this has been tagged, and everybody knows this isn't Dave Portnoy. But just for a second, guys, imagine that it is. Okay.
Just
one bite. Everybody knows the rules.
Oh, dude, getting faced with a piece of pizza is so sick.
It's the fucking noise it makes, dude. It hits him so
Ugh,
hard.
You hear the dough.
Oh.
You hear that dough.
You get a fucking 1.
I'll give you 1.
But
it's a 0.5, no booms.
You're right. That looked like Portnoy, though. Speaking of booms.
Oh, dude. Okay, so I don't know if you've seen this one yet.
I did see this. This is fucked up.
Well, there's two things about this. First of all, why is this a thing? I know I've said this multiple times.
Yeah, you hate this shit.
I hate this shit. But at the same time, if we're going to do it, we got to do it right. So let's watch it.
Yeah, I mean,
we have to talk about the guy in blue's facial hair once it pans over. I don't know if you've gotten that far.
I haven't paid attention to that.
All right. Check that out. Oh, Jesus Christ. Look at the facial hair. Ready? Why would you attempt to fight that guy? Okay?
That guy
was going to fuck you up no matter what fucking sport. Okay?
This guy is Red Dead Redemption 2. Like, this is
dude,
terrifying.
He's a creative player.
He is.
You knew he was going to put his whole puss in that slap, dude. Yeah, just slow it down. Oh.
They
It's
turned
like
it,
he almost came down faster than the slap.
It turned him right into a shrimp, right into the jumbo shrimp mode right now, right there. Boink.
Boom, that's your brain on fentanyl right there.
Before fentanyl?
After fentanyl.
After fentanyl. Before fentanyl? After fentanyl. Before fentanyl? After fentanyl. So
I do just really fuck with that guy's create a player vibe.
That the mustache being bleached is
with the high top, dude. That's crazy.
Incredibly intimidating. Yeah.
He looks like the Slim Jim guy.
Let's see. I'm gonna go through some of these links and see if there's something good we can end on because we got a bunch of stuff.
Is there anything worth us ending on right now? I mean, that was a pretty good one, but if you can beat that to rap, I'll take it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. The Yin Yang Twins. Did you see
that? Dude, them performing. Yeah, we'll end with that. Throw that up. That's fucking brutal to look at.
I got this. I have Yin Yang Twins. Give me a second. I just wanna.
The Yin Yang Twins.
Wanna see. I just don't wanna. You know, if something's topical, I wouldn't want to waste.
You wouldn't want it to wait too long. You know.
But it looks like most of this stuff is like pretty standard M&B, timeless classics.
Oh yeah.
So I think we'll be able to get away with
Good. No real topical on the back end, you know?
Yeah, no, I think we're good. So yeah,
we don't
let's
want to do that.
I wanted to show you this and then we'll end on the Yin
Yang Twins. All right, what's this?
This is crazy. This was a Formula 1 event. I don't know what event.
Our boy was there.
I bet he was. And it was there was a tornado in Jersey recently.
He was probably there.
Well, if this is what he was doing, find out because I would love to know.
Yeah, he'd have to text me back.
We went through this type of shit at Warped Tour like a handful of times, and it's scary, dude.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
They were storm chasing. We're in the middle of a hurricane at Formula Drift, New Jersey.
I mean, fuck this, dude.
Yeah, dude.
My umbrella. Oh, shit. My umbrella shattered.
Oh, what the?
Watch this.
Oh my God.
Bro, why are you in the car?
That better than being out of the car, I guess.
I
That
guess,
fucking tree would have crushed your body. Oh my fucking God, dude. It just tore it apart.
That's so scary, dude.
He's just holding on, hoping he doesn't fly up into the air at this point.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
Dude, like, what do you... There's nothing you can do in this moment, you know?
You know what was funny? On 2013 Warped, we had a, I think it was in Indianapolis. We were at the, is that the Pacers?
Yeah.
We were at the Pacers arena in the parking lot, and we had a tornado come through, literally like tear up in the middle of Warped Tour. It was crazy. And
So you were in the Pacers parking lot, right?
No,
there,
and they evacuated us into the arena, and they set out like literally like it was like the Saints arena during, you know, like
a
people,
FEMA camp.
Yeah, that's what it was. And we were just in there shit, and it was crazy, you know, because I had never really gotten to like fuck around in the locker rooms and see shit like that. So like I was like just in there all day, like fucking around because everything got canceled. But I always found it very ironic. The one thing I did see that got like totally destroyed before I got inside to safety was actually the Chariots tent of all bands, of course.
They're just hanging off it by their legs.
No, get picked up. Like yeah, right. Get picked up by the tornado, sent over like a 20-foot chain link fence, and go right through a production bus's windshield and like land like right in the middle of the front of their bus, like in their bus. And I was like, oh, we gotta go. We gotta get the fuck out of here.
Time to get the fuck out of here, everybody.
It's time to go. But that was crazy.
All right, let's look at the Yin Yang Twins real quick.
As we should. Kelly was telling
Dude,
me
I never
all
thought
about
I'd see
this,
the
actually.
day. I never thought I'd see the day.
Well, yes, you did, because here we are, dude.
We need to go to SeaWorld more. Let's close out with this. While they perform, I'll do a Everybody, as you watch them, never forget, make sure you check out the M&B podcast on Instagram. There we will have links to everything, such as this show right here, and a link to our podcast that comes out every single Saturday. We run clips every week. We also show the Yin Yang Twins a lot. So come hang out with us as the sweat drips down my balls.
Great shit, guys. Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Is, you know,
this is great.
Have a great night.